Ladies and gentlemen of YouTube, this is Max with Mura Tech Talk, back with another video. And today I bring you the Samsung Galaxy Book Pro 360. This is the 2-in-1 model. I purchased the 13-inch model, and I'll explain why in a moment, but we got Thunderbolt 4 ports here. Got two on the left, and we have a USB-C on the right. Oh, I'm sorry, one Thunderbolt port on each side, then a standard USB-C, and then this is our micro SD expansion here, and a headphone jack. There's no silo for the S Pen this time around. Last year's Galaxy Book Flex did have a silo, and it was a much smaller stylus though, and this matches actually closer to the one you would get with the Tab S7, which I also happen to have right here. Now, to my eye, I don't believe there's any discernible difference here. Could be wrong. I haven't tested it yet to see if there's actually an option to power it. Like with this one has to charge in the back of the tablet. But I digress. So, like I said, there's no silo for it this time around. Magnetic attachment to the lid. Although I wouldn't trust it, I have a little slot in my messenger bag. Can place this where I put my pencils and keep it safe that way. I did hear that there will be some type of sleeve for this unit coming out from Samsung soon, which would have the silo built into the case, but for now I'm just going to keep it in my laptop bag or my messenger bag. Okay, so I did have the option to purchase either the 15-inch or the 13-inch model, and I want to talk about that first. So this time around with the 360, this is essentially replacing, I believe this is replacing the Flex. First, at the 13-inch, let's take a look here. A nice, sizable trackpad. You do lose the numeric keypad on the right hand side if you go with the 13-inch model. That doesn't bother me so much. We have a fingerprint sensor here as a power button as well. It logs you in. Now, this is an AMOLED panel this year instead of QLED like last year's models. I think it looks fantastic. It's only a 1080p panel, but it's AMOLED, and that's one of the key reasons I didn't go with the 15-inch model, is because it's 1080p. When you expand this out, you're bordering on icons and text looking pixelated. So to keep everything looking crisper for me, I kept it at the 13-inch model. If I need a numeric keypad, I can always use an external keyboard. I'm okay with that. But honestly, I'm confident enough in my typing abilities that I can just use the 4th row here and do that instead. Okay, so that out of the way, the model I have here is Core i7, 16 gigs of RAM, 512 gigabytes of storage. That's another key difference between the 13-inch and the 15-inch model, is that on the 13-inch model, you have half the storage of the 15-inch at the high end. This model is $12.99, $13.99 for the 15-inch model. So I wanted the smaller model. It didn't bother. It wasn't even so much the fact that I could have just spent the $100 and get double the storage and larger screen. I wanted a more compact unit. Another thing to note is that this is an I can't emphasize, an extremely light laptop. I mean, the profile of this thing is so small. This is thinner. To me, this is actually thinner than the MacBook Air. Another thing that some people have criticized about this unit is that it's a 16:9 aspect ratio, and Some other laptops, like the Microsoft Surface laptops, have moved to a 3x2 or a 16x10, just so you get the taller screens, and then it's a little narrower. I'm watching movies on this. You know, if I need to do work, this is fine. I'm not scrolling Twitter, or I do read for content on it, but honestly, I don't mind the wider aspect ratio rather than the taller. That's okay for me. And there's some other functionality we have here with the pen that I thought was interesting. You can bring up, just like on the Note series, there is a menu that shows up when you use the pen, where you can do a screen write, smart select, do a show window. Let's try that. Show an extended screen has been connected. So that's the other nifty thing about this computer I want to show you. And it's why I have my Tab S7 here. Give me a moment to set this up. Okay, so if you have this particular computer and this particular tablet series, the Tab S7 or S7 Plus, the hotkey to enable the extended display is Command and K. On this screen, I will pick, I have to enable it here first. And let's see, second screen. There we go. So it should show up here. Okay. Video. And then there's my tablet here. I tap on that. It's going to connect it, and ta-da! See? Mirror display. So we have some options. I can change the projection mode, treat it as an extended display. So now, when I move over here, it's an extension of my laptop. I love this. And if you didn't see before, there's other options where you can extend wirelessly if the device is capable. Roku TVs have the capability that I could extend the display wirelessly. But if you have the tablet from Samsung, you can do it too. So I thought that was really nifty. Go ahead and disconnect this. Okay. Alright. Go to Command K again, bring up the screen. Now, there's other integrated functionality, especially if you have Samsung phones. If you use your phone app or Samsung Flow, where you can actually have a virtualization of your phone screen on the computer, these are all integrated tools that will allow you to work seamlessly between devices. Let's try that again. First time I ran into that. Connect. Make sure everything's enabled. Oh, that's why. Try again. Yeah, I keep forgetting you have to have that option enabled and then go to the screen. It doesn't stay enabled by default. I don't know if that's a bug or it's just by design. In any case, we do have our option menu here where you can quick disconnect. Yeah, anyways. So this is the new Samsung ecosystem. This is what I wanted to talk about with this video. In that you have the ability now to extend your workflow to the mobile devices that Samsung offers. And finally starting to catch up with Apple just a little bit. Now, the biggest Achilles heel for Android is that their tablet game compared to iPad is just not even close. App support on iPad is way better. We still don't have things like full Photoshop, a full-fledged version of Photoshop for mobile like the iPad does. I wish they had it. I hope it's in development or in the works. I haven't heard anything though. That would be my only criticism, is that, and it's not Samsung's fault, You know, it's more of, you know, having app developers put their money into resources to develop for these platforms. And when iPads have majority of the market, there's less incentive for them to develop for other platforms like Android. Really, it's just Android. And then also, by extension, Amazon's Fire tablets, which they would never develop for, you know, those kind of apps for anyway. So I know you have all the unboxing videos on other channels. I'm not really here to do that, but I just wanted to give some examples of workflow. So if I wanted to extend an Excel sheet in one screen and I want to do a Word document in another, I can do that. So that's all I really wanted to discuss on this video, is that the productivity options now have increased for Samsung devices, and I just wanted to highlight that in this video. So let me know what you think in the comments section. If there's more stuff you'd like to see on these new devices, let me know. I have the option to, I can make more content that focuses specifically on productivity like this. In any case, I think this is a viable option for people that don't want Apple to buy into Apple's ecosystem. You would still technically be buying into an ecosystem. I'm not going to lie about that. You're buying Samsung's computer, tablet, phone, peripherals, accessories like the Galaxy Buds. That was another thing, the Galaxy Buds. So this will actually connect to this computer, and there's a quick way to do it. They have a Samsung settings app, and you can see, oh, there it is, connect. I already knew they were there. So yeah, they have a quick settings. We can set performance mode to high performance, optimize silent where it disables the fan or reduces frequency of the RPMs on the fan, or no fan, which, depending on what you're using it for, can cause some thermal throttling after extended use. On optimized mode, I cannot hear the fans anyway, so it's a very quiet computer. The keyboard is exceptional. It is short travel, but the response of the keys is very nice. There's a nice tactile response. I can feel the click when I hit the keys, and I average my normal words per minute on this keyboard. So it's a comfortable keyboard for me. I like it. It's not cramped. I'm glad they got rid of the login button that used to be here in the older models from last year, and just use the power button with an integrated fingerprint sensor. It used to just be this blue key right here, and it kind of squashed the shift key a little bit, so it cut that in half. And it just wasn't, for me, it affected my accuracy with uppercase letters, because I was constantly had to be cognizant that there was a separate key where I'd normally place my pinky for the shift button. So that was just one thing that annoyed me from last generation. Another minor annoyance that I had with last year's Galaxy Book series, like the Ion and the Flex, is that the chassis on this thing it's visibly flexible, and they couldn't make it this light without making it flexible. So I've been carrying this thing around in a backpack, in a laptop bag, and I've had no problems. It's not bent. I haven't damaged it, irreparably damaged it. And if you're worried about that, I can say it's not a problem. That was one reason I returned the Galaxy Book Ion last year. And I think if I had given it a chance, I probably would have been okay with it after a while. I just was concerned at the time that I would essentially break it because it looked flexible to me. But take care of your stuff. That's my best recommendation. Just take care of your stuff. anything can break with enough force. So appreciate you all sticking with me on this longer than usual video. Love to hear in the comments section what you'd like to see, with anything further you'd like me to test with this. Battery life on this, I have it at pretty much full brightness here. Sorry, 50%. But in a work day, if I'm at my office, I'll keep it at 100%. Let me know in the comments section what you think of this content, if you'd like to see more involving the ecosystem here, if there's certain things you'd like me to test. I appreciate the feedback. And thank you for sticking with me on this video. Take care, y'all. See you next time.